All right, we're looking at the old sorghum mill at Meeks Park in Blairsville, Georgia. The old water wheel that ran the mill. This big old thing. Look at that big old ring gear. Just imagine what it took to make that 100 or so years ago. Like, the building has actually had quite a bit of restoration. I think most of the wheel itself is pretty much as it was constructed. The map has turned topographical. Let's see, we are here. We just came across, I think right there, Dobson Bridge, and right there was the grist mill, or sorghum mill, that we were just looking at. And if we look right over there, that is the Sorghum Festival building, where they do all that, and the grounds and stuff for it, and bleachers for spectators to watch whatever they watch. I have not been to the Sorghum Festival, so other than it involves sorghum, I don't really know what goes on. That looks like another pavilion over there. And then right over here, there's another pavilion. I know there's a local icon, this fellow that comes out and feeds the squirrels, and there's one up on the bench right there, one of the squirrels. He just jumped off. Nope, he's still on it. See that little guy? Right in the corner of the bench from the tree. But this old guy comes out and feeds the squirrels, and the squirrels just jump all over him. Literally crawling all over this guy. And we're gonna walk around the trail and see what else we can see. It's interesting. There's nice bathrooms and stuff over here. We're gonna look at the water. I think this is the Nodelly River. And in the summertime, I mean, people come and they swim in this right here off the bank. Families bring their kids and out here in bathing suits and have a good old time. Hey, Squirrely. What you doing? Important squirrel stuff. Ducks. Ducks on the river. Every so often you'll see a tree with what kind of tree it is. A little label on it. Obviously this is a white oak. That's what a white oak looks like. Straight. Let's make lumber out of it. That one just came running across the path right at my feet and then started jumping up at the tree. What are you doing, Squirrely? Another tag, the dogwood. These make pretty flowers in the springtime. These yellow ones and white ones and pink ones. Riparian Buffer Restoration Project. A plaque for that, and then what a riparian buffer is. A black walnut tree. And they do make walnuts. The deer love them. A tulip poplar. And they make flowers in the spring that kind of look like tulips, I do believe. A red maple. And obviously in the wintertime they're just, all look like skeletons. And this is a river birch. Big old fork tree. Big old squirrel nest up there. Interesting. This is a swamp chestnut oak. Kind of a little guy compared to the rest of the oaks that grow up here. There's another black walnut. This one, I don't see a tag on it. It looks like a cedar of some kind. It's not a pine, it's too knotty, too smooth, and wrong kind of needle structure for a pine. Kind of smells cedary. Red cedar maybe? Right here next to the baseball field. This one is a winged elm. Never even heard of that one before. Kind of a neat looking tree. Coming up on a piece of art. There's quite a bit of these little features out here. I think probably mostly local artists. Really hard to read that. And we have gone 3/4 of a mile since coming across over by the sorghum or grist mill. More flowing water. And we've got sand bottom here on this part of the river. Just alternates back and forth between like silt and rock. This is kind of neat here. This is from woodpeckers, like the big ones. We have pileated woodpeckers up here. They are endangered and protected and all that stuff, but down south you don't ever see them. We see the little chukars, what we call them, like back in Texas. There are big old woodpeckers up here, and I kid you not, they make the woody woodpecker. They make that sound. Like there's a little, oh, that must be the splash pad, like a little water park kind of feature thing. It's like it's shut down, and the bridge to it seems to be a little bit defunct. I assume they will fix it for next season. Alright. Looks like I've kind of found the end of the walking trail. And I see arrows pointing this way now, so I guess that's the direction I'm supposed to be walking. So we'll walk this direction. There's another bridge. I just crossed over it and forgot to film. So we'll cross over it again and look down at the pretty water. This is Bruce Bridge. Glad cuz Bruce. And then there was another art feature right on the other side of this bridge. Still pretty chilly out here. Well, my flash was on. It ain't dark. Appalachian Sculpture Project. This one we can read a little bit better. Carbon water drops. That's a kinetic structure. When the wind blows, that thing right there spins around. Another squirrely. Lots of squirrels. That squirrel's got a nut. Just a squirrel trying to find a nut. Find you a prize, squirrely? Yeah, it's still pretty cold. Ice crystals. More rushing water. Interesting thing about the rivers up here, the direction that is flowing is north. And down south we're used to all the rivers flowing south. Up here in the mountains they flow north. Weird, huh? And about 6,000 to 10,000 years from now, the water that is flowing across these rocks right now will hit the Mississippi River. It takes a long time, but it's constant. It's constantly going. And it's been going for millions and millions of years. Continuous process, but it takes a long time. It's supposed to take, like I said, between 6,000 and 10,000 years. "14 and older." Oh, okay, so like a public little workout thing. Like a rowing machine, kind of, sort of there. A hip swiveler. Pedal bikes. Sitting pedal bikes. Check this out. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Stair machine. What is this thing? Oh, okay, they just spin. All kinds of little exercises for folks to do. It seems like a lot of it's wheelchair accessible and designed with the handy capable in mind. Huh. That's pretty neat. I thought there were more places, like little playground areas for kids, but this is the only one I've seen. I didn't walk all the way around the other side of Meeks Park 1. Where we're at right now is called Meeks Park 2. Once you go from Meeks Park over across the bridge by the sorghum or grist mill, and then follow the trail that brings you over here. That little playground area for kids, younger ones, like 2 to 12. Is that what that says? Yeah, 2 to 12.